is just came on to do a little impromptu with a little sensitive topic and also just coming to let you know what's going on with Lady G. What's going on with Lady G? Well, first and foremost, I haven't had any podcast segments because I'm really getting some things in order in my personal life as well as watching and waiting. Anybody know about watching and waiting out there? So I'm really just in the season of watching and waiting, waiting and watching, whatever one comes first. But I'm trusting God is getting ready to open some doors, as I stated. He has been doing some great things in my life. Although I'm going through some things personally, I don't I don't sit back and I don't feel sorry for myself. I sit back and I pray, right? We all go through a season sometimes. We all go through a season sometimes where we must just be still and know that he is God, right? Just be still and know that he is God. So I just came on just for a little bit, just to talk about a few things, like I said, and also just to discuss a sensitive topic. Leaders, and why are our sons, our boys, going amok out here today? Leadership was a badge of honor for a lot of men back in the day. I know my dad, I'm raising my hand because I know my dad was a leader, he was a provider, right, for his family. It was seven of us. He had five children. My father worked two jobs, came home, brought home the bacon, and he even fried it in the frying pan. He cooked it in the frying pan sometimes because my God, my dad was a great chef. He knew how to cook, right? Coming from humble beginnings in North Carolina and having to quit school in the eighth grade, he stressed things to us and he sat down and he talked to us about the future. He talked about the struggles that he had to deal with trying to feed his family and not wanting any handouts. My father was a proud man. And although my mother would sneak into them little lines and get that cheese and get that that meat and stuff like that, he never knew about it because we most of the time we ate it or she'll tell him that somebody gave it to her or whatever the case may be. But he didn't take he was a very proud man and I'm looking for those type of men in our sons. I'm looking for those type of men in our hello, how are you? I'm looking for those type of men in those boys that we are raising today, y'all. That we are raising today. I'm looking for leaders and providers to be raised today. Now, granted, when there are some out here today who are rebellious and don't want to listen and don't want and want to go off to the right when you're trying to tell them to go to the left, I get it. I get it. Because why? I have a 40-year-old now who's just living life, right? And I don't say that to talk about him. I love him dearly, but he can sit back and tell you what he wish he would have did, you know? And so I'm asking today, where are our boys? What are we teaching our boys? Where are we leading our boys? Women, of you, if you're single moms or your grandmoms and you have a voice in your grandchildren's ears, an ear to hear, please continuously talk and speak to them. That whatever goes into their ear gate, honey, make sure that it is of God. Make sure that it's positivity. We have so many children that's been lives that whether you know it or not, they people spoken to their lives negatively, and now it's living out, it's coming to play. Why is that? Because what you say out of your mouth speaks volumes. It speaks volumes. You know, you can speak life or death. It is in the power of your tongue. Life or death is in the power of your tongue. So, what I'm saying to you today is speak life to those men, those boys that are in your life. They are our future. They are our leaders. Where are we going to be in 20 and 30 years? Where are we going to be in 20 and 30 years? What are we doing today? We should be behind bars or 6 feet under because of the choices that they are making today. Tell me, please, somebody help me out here today. The leaders of today, do we have any? Do we have any leaders of tomorrow? What are we teaching our children? What are we teaching our men? Our boys? Are we teaching them to be leaders or followers? Are we allowing them to make their own decisions at 14, 13, 10 years old? Because what I see on the news are as young as 10 years old, as young as 9-year olds, they're robbing banks, they're robbing people, they're carjacking. Where are the parents? The grandparents? That aunt, that uncle, where are you? I'm asking you. So please sit back and think about where are the providers of tomorrow? Why are our boys running amok? And I'm not this is not even about the girls that are what is happening out here today. I'm talking about the future men who are supposed to be leaders of their families, right? I saw this what provoked this conversation was a young man on TikTok. He said that he grew up with his mom and she had a disdain for men. So what do you think she showed her son? And so when he got older, right, it was things that probably she had to deal with as a as a mother, deals with things that she had to deal with growing up. So we got to be ever so careful what we put on our children. What are we putting on our children because of what we went through? I'm sorry, got the drop on a. I can't let it. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying, but anyway, um, what are we teaching our children? Like honestly, what are we teaching our children? And he was honestly saying that you know. Then when he got older, he said she talked bad about, his dad a lot and about men a lot and had some, men in her life that weren't good to her. And she talked about that a lot. And she spoke a lot of things. Believe it or not, what you speak and will come to pass. And he said he got older. He got older. Um, and hello. He got older. And when he got older, his girlfriend asked him, "When are you going to lead?" But yet, did she know that he did not know how to lead? He did not know how to lead. Like, seriously, he did not know how to lead. He did not know how to lead the family. And so it begins at home, y'all. It begins at home. And sometimes, you get the very few who few who grow up, and be around different types of men who show them different things about life that not even related to them, right? And they get it at a later age. You get that sometimes. Some of them just grow and just naturally, become leaders because of the things that they choose to do and choose not to do. But I'm just telling you, these boys are running amok. They are running amok out here today to the point that I'm like, where am I gonna where am I gonna look to the future of these boys out here being followers and not leaders? Followers and not leaders. They're so busy running amok and um robbing and killing and stealing and I'm just afraid, and I'm not speaking negatively into the lives of anybody's child, but I'm just petitioning us to we have to do better as mothers. We have to do better as grandmothers. We have to do better with the boys that are in our lives and speak life into them. They'll always remember what you said to them. They'll always remember what you did to them regardless, and it could negatively or positively affect them in the future. So we have to play a part as nanas, as grandmas, as G-moms, whatever you call yourself, and get into the lives of these children. Spend time with them, sit and talk and listen to them. Listen to them. They have a lot to say, whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent. Exact right, wrong, or indifferent that they're speaking, give them a voice to hear. Give them the voice to hear. You know? Give them a voice. Give me a second. Here's the question. And you have to sometimes lead by example. You have to lead by example. And some of you aren't. You're not, you know? You know, some of you aren't. You aren't leading these children into being leaders. I really want to know, how are you teaching the boys in your life to be leaders? Are you teaching them to be leaders, or are you just not even thinking that it's not your problem? That's not my problem. That's not society. All play a part in society, right? Don't nobody care about the children. All I really wanted was some millions. Send my young soldier to a store run. That's when he realized that the set is not fun. What experience? Please explain yourself. Please explain yourself. I'm not even sure what you're saying, you know? So, like, seriously, I'm really really concerned about the future. I'm really concerned about the future. I'm really concerned about the folks that don't have any, you know, cares in the world about the children of the world. I'm really really concerned about that. I'm really concerned about, our future boys, the boys of the future, and that will eventually become men. Will they be productive men in society? Will they be productive men in society? What are we teaching them? How are we leading them? And we all can lead them in a positive direction, whether you are a male or female. If they're in your life, the pivotal time in their life to is when they are small, and embedding leadership in them, teaching them moral, right? Values, morals, what not to do, what to do, and then when they face up against it, my God, that they already know which way to go, pray for them. This is what I'm saying. Pray for them. And I believe in the power of prayer. I really do. I believe in the power of prayer, where not only we pray, but we put it into action and have faith that they can be delivered out of anything, but you must pray first. You must pray. You must have the knowledge that it's okay to pray. It is okay to pray. Like, seriously, it is okay to pray. Like, you really have to have a prayer life. No question about that. And teach your children to have a prayer life, because you got so many people out here ready to, Satan is ready to devour. He's ready to devour when he can. If he's given an opportunity, who is that population that Satan is out there running amok on? Who's the population? Who's the population out there that Satan is running amok on? The children. The children. The innocent children. The children. They are open vessels. Trust and believe. They are open vessels for Satan. If they don't have a prayer life of their own, or nobody out there protecting them, nobody out there protecting them through prayer, Satan is going to run amok with them. You see it. You see the crowds being formed at malls. I mean, massive crowds of children. Massive crowds of children. Why do you think that's happening? Why? Help me out. The question is up the top, y'all. If y'all want to answer the question in the chat. But why do you think the children are running amok? Why? Why? What happened? What happened to the system? What happened to the system? What happened to the system of family unit? What happened to the system of the family unit? Why? And I'm not even going to say, oh, they took the men out the houses and so there's no more family unit. A family unit can be a mother, a single mom, and her children. A family unit can be a single mom and her child. But are you teaching them morals? Are you teaching them respect? Are you teaching them how to deal with conflict? How to how to deal with resolution and conflict, bullying? How are you teaching them those things? Are you speaking life into them? Help me out. Help me out. Are you speaking life into them? Are you? Answer that question for me, you guys. Answer. They will not be okay. They will not be okay. I'm watching, and so is Satan, and lurking to see who he can devour. Y'all saw those massive crowds at the different meetups, and I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even gonna say anything about the girls right now, but the boys. I'm talking about our future leaders. How are you teaching the boys in your life to be leaders? My God, you know, I don't think, right, that we realize how dangerous this could be. You know, how important this is for these boys to get back in right standing with God through you. I don't think you understand that what's happening in this world now is done strategically by the enemy, and that you must continuously pray. You must pray. Get active into your children's lives. Get active into your children's lives. Grandmas, nanas, G-moms, talk to the children. Not only talk at them, but allow them to speak too. Allow them to have a voice as well, as long as it's respectful. And then teach them, guide them, lead them. I'm just I'm just having a dialogue today. And while I'm having a dialogue, I'm just letting you know what I put out here on this poster right here, that I am now a facilitator. I am a coach, a motivational speaker, as well as a podcaster. I have signature topics. I'm going to post this on my YouTube. If you want to book me, please, 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 the email address is on the flyer. Please, I'll be glad to come and speak at your engagement, facilitate an engagement for you, and to allow you also to be on a podcast if you want to be on my podcast. So God is opening these doors for me. I'm excited. I'm thankful. I'm excited. I'm thankful. And as I stated, um, this topic is not it's a very sensitive topic, but it needs to be said. It needs to be said. It's a very sensitive topic, but it needs to be said. Where are our boys? What are they doing? And now there is there is some out there. And I'm not going to take it away from those boys who are out there doing something positive in their lives. I'm not going to take that away from them at all. And I commend you. And not only do I commend you, I applaud you and I thank you, right? Because in the world we living in, attacks are on the rise. And not that you can't be attacked, but I'm just telling you, I thank you for doing something positive in your life. And we have something to look forward to. So it's not all boys, but there are some that I'm seeing more and more and more and more that are lost, that are truly lost. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we leading our boys? We are the mentors. My children had the Boys and Girls Club, and they were prevalent, and they had mentors, right? I was a single mom. They had mentors, right? Not to say that they can't go astray once they get older, but you still plant a seed. And when they get older, my God, your work is not in vain. It's not in vain. Because even when they get older, even if they wish they woulda, coulda, shoulda, it's still not too late for them to begin to do so. Take them that seed that you and other people planted, and even if it grows at a later stage, it's growing. And that's the important part about it, right? It's growing. It's never too late. But let's plant these seeds early. And those who grasp onto that seed early and grow as they're getting older, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. It's a blessing anyway to just learn from your experiences, right? But start with that learning early on. So I'm just thankful that God gave me a voice to come up and talk about this today. And I hope that you're listening in a positive way and take nothing negative about what I'm saying, because I'm just really have a heart for boys right now as our providers, as our leaders. And as I told you, what struck this conversation was something that I saw on Facebook. Well, the young man said he grew up with a single mom, and she had a disdain for men in her life, and she really never had anything positive to say about men, not understanding that she was sowing that seed into her own son, because one day he would become a man. So he took on all of that, right? He took on all of that, and as he got older and got into a relationship and his girlfriend wanted him to lead, he had no idea how to. All he knew and all he heard was negativity about men. So there's some gaps that were missing. Right? He was never taught to lead. He was never shown how to do things as a provider. You start off with this gentleness of, this is how do something to someone. Appreciate when somebody does something for you. Don't be selfish. Do things for other people. Um, it's just a lot of ways that you can lead. It's a lot of ways that you can lead. Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of ways. I'm sorry, young man, that I had to cut your. I'm not sure who you are, what your gender is, so I don't want to offend you, but I had to turn off your comments because I just truly did not understand what you were saying and where you were coming from. And I want this to be a safe space. I want this to be a space of love and understanding. And this is of God. I just need everybody to know this. This is of God, nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, less, nothing less. So, um, the leadership, the men don't know how to lead, and they don't have a clue on how to lead. And women who grow up with their dad and see what a leader is, they're expecting it from the men that's in their lives that become their man or their husband, right? And especially if they came from a household where a man was leading, they expect that from their man. And if you never had that opportunity to learn how to lead, I'm gonna say to you that it's never too late. Take on some courses, go into some men groups, be around some other providers, learn from them. But women and those who have men in their lives now, boys in their lives now, teach them how to lead. Teach them how to lead. Teach them how to lead. Well, you all, I am out of here, out of here. You all have a great evening. Let me see how I can get out of here. Have a great evening. God bless.